Welcome to Sign Manufacturing Day. I'm Ken Van Horn, Vice President of Mimaki USA and Chairman of the International Sign Association. Thank you for making time to join us. Our team has developed curated content to show you not only who we, Mimaki, are, but also what we do. Also, hopefully, today we're going to spark your interest in this vibrant and vital industry. Now you might be asking yourself, what's so vibrant and vital about signage? Well, to be honest, I asked the same question years ago before I joined this industry. I was a graphic communication student, but that meant interactive motion graphics, not signs. Then, fortuitously, I kept stumbling into this graphic comm sign role. And also, to be honest, it took me about 10 or so years before I finally discovered that this path that I was on wasn't just a job, it wasn't just a career, but it was a community. It's a community of innovation. It's a community of diversity. It's a community of a lot of creativity and exceptional friends with a spectrum of talents. Sign and visual communications permeate our lives. They're essential not only to business and the health of our economy because they provide jobs to millions of individuals, but also they provide us with a voice. Signs are a marker, they're a verification, and of course, they direct our lives daily. Signs appear in all forms, shapes, sizes. They appear across mediums. They're worn, they're carried, they're applied, they're static, they're moving, they're lighted, and they're dimensional. Signs memorialize our past. They inform our present, and they herald our future. So again, thank you for spending time with us. I look forward to welcoming you to the Sign and Visual Communications family.
Wow, I couldn't have asked for a better introduction to Mimaki's MFG Day. Thank you, Ken, for your inspiring words. And I'm so happy you guys are joining us today. I will be guiding you through this virtual event, and I cannot tell you how excited I am for Mimaki's second annual MFG Day. Get excited, because you're about to be mind blown. To be honest, more mind blowing than double glitter, which I know, how could it be? Buckle up and get ready to meet some very talented people here at Mimaki. And of course, this was made with a Mimaki machine.
Welcome to the Atlanta showroom of Mimaki USA. This is one of many showrooms that we have throughout the North American market. We have showrooms up in the New York area in Rockaway, New Jersey. We have a showroom up in Toronto, Canada. We also have one in the Milwaukee area, Dallas, Texas, and we have a showroom over in the Los Angeles area. So this is our corporate office, and this is one of our premier showrooms throughout North America. And we've got a great set of products we're going to walk through today. So Mimaki is really well known for sign and graphics products, textile and apparel, and for industrial products. We are also known for 3D and for cutting devices. So the great thing about the product line, as you'll see, is that we've made them real easy to identify what you're looking at. So the machines that you see that have a purple bar or a color code to them are typically our sign and graphics machines. The ones that are blue are typically our textile and apparel. Our yellow machines are more of our industrial product category. And then we have our 3D space, which usually has a red on it, which is great. So we have our cutting devices, which can be usually with a green color to them, or maybe even a tan color. So we make it pretty easy for customers to identify exactly what they're looking at. So you can see behind me, we've got some of our textile and apparel machines. And before that, we ran through some of our solvent and our cutting devices, print and cut devices. So great set of products here for anything that you're looking to do, whether it's soft signage or if you're looking to do something for textile and apparel. Maybe you're looking to get into upholstery, or you're looking to get into creating apparel, wearables. You can do it with any of our products. So you can do short run work, or you can do mock-ups. You can do all kinds of different things with it. So great set of products here on the side where we are now, and we're going to walk through some of the other parts of the showroom in just a moment.
Thank you, Mike, for our first segment walkthrough, where technology meets fashion. Just like this pullover, using our sublimation inks on the TS55 machine. It's a Mimaki runway exclusive. And I'm oh, sorry. Oh, and I forgot to mention our custom sublimated socks, made on the same machine, but with our fluorescent inks. Look at the vibrant colors. Next, one of Atlanta's very talented application specialists will be introducing herself. Take it away.
Hi, my name is Gabrielle. I'm an application specialist at Mimaki. Here's a little bit about me. I graduated from Mars Hill University with a bachelor's degree in apparel and interior merchandising. During my studies, I learned about business and marketing practices of merchandising and how to visually present products to engage, attract, and motivate consumers to make a purchase. Although I was passionate about visual merchandising, it was hard for me to find a job in my field. Therefore, I decided to go back to school to get a master's in surface imaging at Jefferson University. While in the program, I learned how to operate digital printers, develop designs for various substrates through the utilization of wide format technologies, and worked on research-based projects with industry partners like Mimaki USA and Armstrong Flooring. I was also mentored by Hitoshi San, who is the program director and professor of the Center of Excellence Surface Imaging. He is very knowledgeable and has taught me to push through the boundaries of digital printing through material exploration. Upon graduating from Jefferson University, I started working at a production company named Colorchrome to gain experience. My job description involved printing, sublimating, packaging, and shipping orders. However, after working there for a short time frame, I applied for a position as an applications trainee at Mimaki. Once hired, I learned more about Mimaki machines, applications, and business solutions. Now, as a full-time application specialist, I specialize in providing digital print solutions for the textile, apparel, and interior market, and create applications to highlight the capabilities of Mimaki printers. Still to this day, I utilize the techniques and skills I learned in my grad studies in my current career.
The UCJV offers unlimited versatility and the range of printable media that can be produced. You can print on uncoated and coated media with our highly flexible inks. I am printing my custom graphics design, which is printed on uncoated vinyl for an automotive seat. As humans, we spend a lot of time in the car, so why not ride in style? Fluorescent ink is highly desirable and commonly used in activewear. With the TS300P printer, you can print fluorescent inks to create applications like activewear performance leggings. After printing, you sublimate your image to fabric. The sublimation process involves printing a design on specialty paper and pressing it onto fabric with a heat press. You will press this fabric at 393 degrees for 60 seconds. After sublimating the leggings, the print for the leggings, you will move on to the cut and sew process. You will begin by cutting out the pattern pieces and matching the front and back leg over the top of each other with the right sides together. Next, you will sew the two legs together. So after turning the legs right side out, you will nest the waistband inside your leggings. Then you will sew your waistband. After sewing your waistband, you will then hem the leggings and top stitch your hem. Now you have eye-catching leggings to add to your workout wardrobe. The TX300P is our direct-to-fabric printer for woven and knit fabrics. In this video, I'm printing on a heavy cotton linen fabric with pigment inks. Pigment inks are generally used for home furnishings due to its high color fastness and resistance to UV light, making them ideal for common interior decor. After printing the fabrics, you will heat set the inks using a calendar heat press. Heat setting the fabrics allows the inks to bind to the fabric. After you heat set the fabric is ready to use. Nowadays, consumers want customized and personalized, furniture pieces, and this will continue to grow due to, the demand of consumers. So here's an example of a customized furniture piece.
As you can see, Gabrielle really made me style in here. Got a matching headband, matching purse, tote bag. So cool. Couldn't decide if I wanted to wear this as a headband or a scarf. Went with the headband. The coolest thing about this canvas bag is that the machine used was the TX300P, and it prints directly to the fabric. So neat. Isn't she just so talented? Man, she really hooked me up. All right, Mike, back to you.
Some of the other products that work really well with our sign and graphics customers are our flatbed line. These can also be used for POP displays or any kind of graphical displays that might be put up in a retail outlet or in a common area. You think about like cardboard cutouts or display caps at the end of a row at a grocery store that might have some goods on it. You can produce the printed goods here. You can do mock-up short run work with these as well. These products range from 4 foot by 8 foot to 5 foot by 10 foot in our current lineup. And they're really great because they print directly to the substrate. So it skips a lot of the manual labor that you have to do after the printing. And we have a wide variety of different inks that are available for these as well, including cutting devices that allow us to cut these jobs down after they're done. So once you've printed something and you want to convert it into a dimensional stand-up, for example, you would cut the pieces down using some very easy-to-use crop marks. The machine does the work for you, and then you would assemble it later, and you would have a full display that's printed on all sides and full color. We have some of the smaller devices here, our UJF line. These devices here give you the ability to add special elements to any kinds of things. For example, you can do cell phone case decorations or printing directly to laptops. You can produce any kinds of awards, trophies. You can do all kinds of promotional goods. You can do all kinds of things like that. So great little products. These smaller scale ones will take the place of like a screen printing process or a pad printing process and gives you the full functionality of digital printing without all the setup.
Hi, my name's Mackenzie Stevens, and I'm an application specialist at Mimaki USA. My studies at Bowling Green State University have made me a versatile problem solver in the creative field. I majored in VCT, which is short for Visual Communications Technology. During my studies with VCT, I learned 4 different tracks: print, photography, video, and interactive media. After 2 years of all 4 areas of study, I decided print and photography would be my main focus. I fell in love when I was introduced to the printing processes, including offset, digital screen print workflows, design, packaging and display, and color theory, just to list a few. This is where it all started for me. After graduation, a fellow VCT student passed along a job opportunity to me as a print production artist. Next thing I knew, I was running an in-house print shop for Coca-Cola refreshments. 1 year later, Coca-Cola offered me a graphic design position in Atlanta, Georgia, in a larger shop. The next 5.5 years, I gained a ton of experience building relationships with team members, media vendors, and a variety of sales teams. I learned the personalities of 4 different companies, large format printers, many versions of RIP software, and the brand standards for Coca-Cola like the back of my hand, all preparing me for my dream job at Mimaki. As an application specialist in the industrial printing segment, I work with a variety of flatbed printers and cutters, ranging in all sizes. I've had the opportunity to create applications from an idea in my head to a tangible product. anything from fashion accessories to packaging and POP displays. I've tried it. Being able to create my idea from beginning to end has been a wonderful and gratifying microfactory experience. My studies have also allowed me to help with the graphic design, branding, video projects, and producing live events. Mimaki offers an immense range of opportunities for you to find where you flourish the most. For the IP application, I'm going to share with you a video from Gravograph. This video goes over the print and cut workflow using a Mimaki machine and a Gravograph machine. Check it out.
Hi, we'd like to welcome you to Gravitech's portion of the manufacturing day at Mimaki. In the session today, we'll be sharing the process for printing and fabricating a jigsaw puzzle. The image will be created in Adobe Illustrator. You can see that we've included the cut lines for the puzzle pieces, which we can easily turn off as we don't want those to print during our output to the Mimaki printer. So very easy to toggle those on and off. First, we'll go ahead and create a PDF file. So I'll select everything that's in my file and I'm going to create a PDF. This PDF can be used to output to the Mimaki flatbed printer. It also can be used to output to the Gravitech laser. So the PDF will have several layers in it. The layers will include the artwork that we'd like to have printed. They'll also include the cut lines for the puzzle shapes, and they'll include a layer that has the fiduciary marks or registration marks that the laser will look at to create the cut lines. In that process, it will look at the fiduciary marks and adjust itself for any stretch or skew or resizing that occurred during the print process or the output to the print process. So once we've created our PDF, we can easily see the various layers that we can turn on and off. So again, we would turn off the puzzle cut pieces if we were going to output this to the printer, but then when we output it to the laser, we want those showing. So now we'll send the job over to the Mimaki flatbed printer, which in this case is a UJF6042 MK2. It uses UV curable inks. So we load the sheet of Gravograph laserable wood into the printer, start the process, and it'll just take a few minutes for the job to print. We're using a UV cured ink, so the printer is curing the ink as it prints. When the sheet of Gravograph laserable wood exits the printer, it'll be fully cured and ready to be handled and placed into the laser for processing. And you can see that the fiduciary marks are also printed on there. So we'll be using an LS100 40-watt laser to do the next steps, which will be cutting the puzzle into pieces. Again, we're going to use the PDF file that we created earlier with Adobe Illustrator, and you can see that our fiduciary marks are showing, our raster images showing on this, but not the cut lines. So now we'll import that into Gravistyle engraving and cutting software suite. Once it's brought into Gravistyle software, then the laser will index and look for the fiduciary marks. So that's what's going on at this point. Once the laser's registered all the marks and adjusted for any stretch or skew that may have occurred during the printing process or resizing that may have been done in the printing process, then we can apply our power and speed settings for the material profile we're using, preview the job before it actually goes over to the laser to make sure everything is going to cut right, and we can see that this job is going to take 1 minute 54 seconds to process on the laser. So again, on the LS100 laser, we've placed our wood into the laser. We'll initiate the cutting process now. Once the cutting process is initiated, it goes pretty quickly. The LS100 40-watt CO2 laser has a work area that is 12 by 18 inches, and it's available in powers up to 60 watts. At 60 watts, it could cut through 1/2 inch acrylic. This model is also available with a fiber laser source in it, which is optimized for processing metals. So it is able to anneal or ablite or even cut some metals. The CO2 laser really excels at working with organic materials, woods, plastics, textiles, acrylics. It can do some marking on metal or remove paint coatings from metals to do serial rating plates and things of that nature. It's a very popular machine in the trophy and awards industry as well. So the combination of Mimaki flatbed UV cured printers and gravograph lasers or routing equipment is a very powerful combination for manufacturing, personalizing items, all sorts of fabrication. You can see here that our puzzle's finished and is ready to be packaged and sold. Simply put another sheet of material in and the laser is ready to go to cut the next puzzle. So now let's take a look at a few different applications that are very interesting, some with the laser, some with rotary machines. So in this first one we've printed components. This could have been for point of purchase. In this case it was components to build a helicopter. Also we fabricated printed ADA signage with the raster braille inserted. So it's a complete ADA compliant sign. This is a rotary machine etching smoked glass to create memorial walls or dedication walls or museum placards. Here we've cut 1/2 inch acrylic to fabricate a point of purchase display. We can do industrial rating plates and tags, traceability on precious metals. I think this was about $4 million worth of gold. Also traceability for aerospace and automotive parts so that genuine parts can be tracked. We also can fabricate and embellish jewelry with rotary and laser engravers. So here we're using a fiber laser on sterling silver to anneal or put black marks onto the sterling silver. We're also using it to ablate or vaporize the metal to give us some depth in some areas and decorate this piece. So a very nice looking piece that's permanently marked. Gravitech manufactures a full range of gantry lasers in both CO2 and fiber with cabinets up to 2 by 4 foot with pass-through. Our high-speed Galvo-based lasers are available in 4 technologies: CO2, YAG, fiber, and green to mark a full range of materials. We have rotary-based CNC routing and engraving equipment in a wide range of sizes, and we manufacture high-speed dot peen and scribing equipment for more industrialized marking. To learn more about Gravitech, visit our YouTube channel at Gravitech North America. We have hundreds of videos there. You can learn about applications and machines, or visit our website at www.gravitech.us.
From production lines to luxury shops, with your applications driving our technologies, we give you the power to identify, inform, and personalize. We shape the future of the expression of things. Together, we are Gravotech.
The next segment I would like to introduce you to is Sign and Graphics. Take it away, Mike.
These are some of the samples that are being produced on our UV printers. This line here is produced on the UCJV 300. There's a lot of different things you can do. Way too many to go through here right now, but I want to show you a couple of really creative things that you can do with the white ink on the machine. So this is a clear film, and what we can do is we can produce the white ink and the color simultaneously, and it creates all kinds of high value, high profit printing that you can do for retail spaces, for decorative like this Christmas here, any kinds of things that might have a need for a clear, static clings, for example. And the other thing you can do, because we're able to do white and clear, and we're able to produce the job with the white and the clear, and it's instantly dried, is that we can produce color and white simultaneously. So we can go on tops of colored films, like this neon color here. So we've got a really hot pink vinyl that is being printed on with a full color object. And the reason we're able to get that pop from the color is because we have a white layer underneath it, and that's only able to be done with a UV curable UCJV product in our portfolio. So really great samples here. Continuing on with our UV curable line, just like any of our other UV curable products, this particular product here is no slouch. It's got a 10-foot printing capability, and it's perfect for anyone that's looking to do high production for short roll work. So it supports dual rolls. You could put 2 rolls simultaneously on it, so you could be producing 2 sides of a bus, for example, if you're doing fleet graphics. Or if you want to, you can do large display graphics. You can do all kinds of things. So it's a UV curable. It has the instant cure characteristics. It produces directly onto the substrate. There's no transfer process or anything like that that needs to occur. And it's a really low profile machine considering the fact that it's 10 foot wide. So it supports a wide variety of different functions. And it also supports some short run fabric work if you want to do that. So there's all kinds of things you can do if you don't want to get into true fabric production, but you have a need to produce, for example, some canvas prints, or maybe some display graphics for a backlit, or a short run work for a soft signage type of situation. This machine's perfect for you because it can produce it, you can put it together, and ship it out the door as soon as it's done.
Hi, I'm Louis Jones, an application specialist with Mimaki USA. So a little bit about me. I was born, raised, and studied in Georgia. I graduated from SCAD with a bachelor's focusing on illustration, sequential art, and storyboarding. Coming out of college, I found some corporate graphic design jobs as well as some freelance storyboard work. I had some experience printing from school, but it was mostly with small format stuff. I certainly wasn't looking for a full-time job with printmaking. Eventually, I started working with the Coca-Cola bottling company in a print shop, printing out banners and soft signage to stores and storefronts throughout Georgia. That job got me familiar with the software for large format printing and the daily maintenance of keeping the machine up to date. Eventually, one of my coworkers let me know about an open position at Mimaki, which I'm convinced is still how people get jobs today, so keep your contacts and keep good relationships. At the time, my portfolio was catered to getting me illustration work. I had maybe 10 graphic design elements there, but I guess Mimaki saw the understanding that I had with design and the value of having an illustrator on the team. It also didn't hurt that I had been promoting myself online through social media, portfolio sites, and my own website. Once at Mimaki, I had to learn how to use the printers, which wasn't that hard of a step. With the classes they provide to dealers and customers, as well as the pre-existing instructional guides, the learning process really came down to how much time I was willing to put in. Now I create finished application pieces to show off what the printers can do, and instructional guides to make it easier for the customers to understand what we're doing here. I focus mainly in the sign and graphics department. That includes machines built for soft signage like banners, signs, and smaller pieces like stickers and brochures. But because of the advanced technology of our printers and the on-site job training that I've received here, I've been able to work on wall graphics, car wraps, clothing designs, printing directly to objects like lighters, keychains, and a whole list of other applications too long for me to list here. And I can finally say that I now work at a place that encourages my creativity.
This is a print I made to show off how you can make a transitional image using the 4-layer printing technique with our UV inks. I had to digitally alter both the day and nighttime image in Photoshop. This was a fun project where I got to gather different graphics from artists and print them on fabric material. Then I folded each piece into a wallet to show off the durability and flexibility of our inks on recyclable material. Most of my job is taking specialty material like this and finding creative uses for it. This was a graphic I made for my own apartment. I measured out the area and created a graphic that would fit into that area. Then, using specialty floor and wall vinyl, I printed out the design and applied it myself. This was a skateboard decal that I printed in our shop and then brought to a second location to have people apply it to the boards. They stripped the boards clean, applied it, and then reassembled it for me.
Louis, your wall and floor decal look awesome in your apartment. I'm glad you were able to share that application with us.
Last but not least is our 3D technology. This is a testament to the innovation and the capabilities of the Mimaki engineering team. This machine here produces full color, three-dimensional objects, which is fantastic. So it can produce millions of colors in a three-dimensional space. It uses traditional 3D modeling software to create the models, and then you can do color management and all kinds of different things in the well-known artist suites like Adobe Photoshop. You can color manage these, so you can create specific colors, branding colors, whatever you're looking to do. And you can create all kinds of objects on a pretty large platform up to a certain dimension. And it uses a support material to hold the object in place, which is water soluble, so you can wash it off when you're done. And what you're left with is a full color, really unique additive manufacturing type of print. So this is literally in ink. This is a different take on 3D than some of the other models on the market. It's literally drops of ink that are produced in line, one row at a time, until the object is completed. And you can see some of the samples we have here of the things that we can do with the machine. They're really fantastic.
The next segment I'd like to introduce is 3D printing. You guys are gonna like this one.
This is the Mimaki 3D UJ553. This is our full color 3D printer. It's a large format printer capable of photorealistic output. This machine uses photopolymer resins. They're pre-pigmented. They start life as a liquid. They jet through a series of industrial inkjet heads, and then we UV cure them to a solid. The machine also jets a water-soluble support material. This material goes through the industrial inkjet heads. It's UV cured to a waxy type consistency, and then water is used after the print in order to dissolve it, so you're left with the final printed piece. The bed size on this machine is 20 inches by 20 inches by 12 inches. So you're able to do very large pieces, or you can do a series of smaller pieces to increase your efficiency. This machine uses a dual LED UV curing system. On the carriage itself, there's 2 LED lamps. So as the ink droplets are being placed, they're being cured to a solid using these 2 lamps. The 3D UJ553 also uses a flattening roller to ensure layer thickness. We have 4 different print modes on this machine. High speed at 42 microns, standard at 32 microns, and high quality at 22 microns. We also have a special mode for clear that's 19 microns. Inside the machine, there's a series of 5-liter ink tanks. The printer actually prints using the resins from those tanks. This way, you're able to change the external ink bottles while the machine is running. So the resins are supplied in 4.8-liter bottles for the support material, the clear, and the white, and 1-liter bottles for the cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. The bottles are put into the system along with the ink chips, and then the ink is pumped from the external bottle into an internal ink tank. Another unique feature of this printer is the capping station. A series of silicone rubber gaskets seals around each head individually when the printer is not in use. This keeps the maintenance low, as it keeps any air, dust, or debris from getting into the print heads themselves. In addition, there's a silicone rubber wiper blade which will squeegee off any excess ink from each individual head. These two features together help to ensure low maintenance times and high uptime for printing. So I'll open the cover up while it's printing so you can get a better view of what's going on. So as the print carriage is going back and forth, you'll see the UV LED lamps illuminating on the left and right hand side. The flattening roller is in between the left hand lamp and the print carriage. The table itself is moving in and out, and at the same time it's moving in the Z-axis up and down. This is what gives us the different layer thicknesses. The movement of the bed is controlled by a series of ball screw drives. These are highly accurate and make sure that every droplet on the machine is placed exactly where it needs to go.
This is what a final printed bed looks like. These models were laid out in our 3D Link software in order to get a optimal print layout based off the bed size and the model size. The majority of the cured support material can just be broken off the model and thrown away in the trash. The remainder of the model can be put into an ultrasonic bath using water, heat, vibration, and detergent to remove the remainder of the support material. Once that is done, you're left with your final finished model. This is a great example of industrial or consumer prototyping. So this is a project that was done by Hussein Al-Moussawi for Adobe Substance using their Adobe Substance Painter software. The software was used not only for the color portion, but also to get the texture for the fabrics and for the rubber part of the sole. This is a great example of what the Mimaki 3D UJ553 can do for the collectible market. So this could either be short-run production or it could be a prototype piece. This was actually done by the artist Carlos Ortega using ZBrush. This was sculpted and printed out in 3 pieces. So you've got each of those wings is a separate piece, so that we were able to print this laying down flat and to maximize the print area of the bed. So having a 20-inch by 20-inch by 12-inch print area allows us to do larger pieces, but in some times like this you may want to separate those pieces in order to optimize faster build time. This is an example of a print that could be used in the museum or the antiquities market. So this is a 3,300-year-old bust of Nefertiti that was scanned by the Egyptian Museum and Papyrus Collection. That data was locked away for many years, and then an artist named Cosmo Wenman was able to get that data released into the world and can be used now under a Creative Commons license. So this is something that you could use to reproduce art pieces that could then be shown in different locations, or allowing museum guests to be able to actually handle the models. The automotive market is another group that was very quick to adopt 3D printing technology. So this is another sculpt done with Substance Painter for the texturing. The artist was Dixon Castro, and this is just showing a possibility for a design for either a video game car or a real-life prototype. It's a great way to, again, take something that you normally see in 2D and get it into the 3D world, where you can hold it in your hand and look at it from all angles and really get the feel of what an object will look and feel like. In the video game market, printing game assets is also a possibility. This is a ZBrush sculpt done by the artist Kevin Brunt from the game Metal Slug. It's a great opportunity to take what's traditionally a 2D artist rendering and turn it into a physical 3D object.
Hello, my name is Evan Ozick with Mimaki USA. I am currently the director of our technical support services. So what I do here is oversee all our warranty transactions, machine repair, determine policy for how we're going to handle customers in the field, as well as relationships with our dealer network. And marketing has asked me to go through a few questions to see how I got here and whether I enjoy the job, which I do, and just some other things to go over. So the first question they've got here is, how did I get here, or what was my career path? Let's see, got through high school, and early on in high school they gave us kind of a career objective sheet, and it had some dollar figures for annual salary next to it. And I think at the top was doctor, and then the next two were scientist and engineering. Didn't really see myself being a doctor, so I think I got those first two in my head. So in high school, I did take some engineering courses. Once I graduated, I enrolled at the Georgia Institute of Technology, where I graduated, seems like forever ago, with a degree in electrical engineering. At the time, to pay for school, I was working as a computer consultant. So we were running around fixing small networks, fixing PCs, that type of stuff. Once I graduated, I continued with the consulting work because I was at the time making more money doing that than I could as an entry-level engineer. What happened in my case is, looking around, I kind of noticed that computers were getting smaller, they were getting more difficult to repair, they were getting to the point where they couldn't be repaired, and I slowly watched the price of the things I was working on decrease and get lower and lower, and the salaries that are associated with those jobs also started to decrease. The one thing I didn't really like about that job was that it involved a lot of driving, so it was about 5 hours of driving, maybe 3 hours of work a day. So I looked around for another opportunity and found Mimaki, and Mimaki built very high dollar printers, so what interested me is they were things that could be troubleshot, items that could be repaired, things we could actually work on, and it was a better use of my skill sets. I especially, for me, enjoy troubleshooting something, identifying the problem, getting it fixed, and then moving forward. And the world of PCs, it really wasn't doing that for me anymore. A lot of the answers seemed to be just throw it away and start over again, and that wasn't fulfilling for me at the time. So when I first started off at Mimaki, I was a call center operator, assisting dealers repairing machines in the field. As we got larger, we began to have our own field service staff, so I was a field service technician for a while, moved up and started managing the field service technicians. And then I've had several different opportunities with Mimaki USA, largely on the technical level. One thing you'll find when you're going through your career is, whether you want to be an engineer or a scientist or a doctor, the field doesn't really matter. The path upward is usually in managing others. So, be careful that you're not abandoning social skills, management opportunities, economics classes. Those things are going to come into play, and if you already have a basic understanding, it's easy. If you don't have a basic understanding, you may have to go out and take some additional classes to familiarize yourself with the additional responsibilities that you're going to be held accountable for. So that's where I'm at today. Today I manage a, warranty department, communication back and forth to Japan, all our repair activities, and as I mentioned before, just kind of setting policy for how the company's going to operate. How long have you been working in this field? Let's see, I graduated from tech in '96, worked as a computer consultant. I think I started here in 2001. So if my math skills are okay this morning, I think I've been here around 19 years so far. Anytime you hear somebody say they've been with a company for 10 years or 20 years or 30 years, don't instantly assume they've always had the same job. Generally, employees that are at the same company for that long are presented with different opportunities. If they excel at those opportunities, they're generally going to be on a path for promotion. If you get somebody that may not be able to move up the ladder but is more specialized, that's excellent. We love to have those people. They're generally not considered for management. Let's see, what do you like about your day-to-day? What I like about this job is I have a lot of different activities that I can get involved in. So we actually do have to get out from behind our computers and repair machines, make sure things get out the door. We do travel a lot with trade shows across the United States. In the 19 years I've been with Mimaki, I think South Dakota is the only continental U.S. state I have not been to yet. So it is an opportunity for travel. I can let you know if you enjoy travel, field service technicians, we generally have travel all over the place. Those jobs are usually about 80% travel, as we travel pretty much throughout regions or the entire country, repairing different types of equipment or participating in trade shows. We do have a lot of office staff. That's kind of the backbone of our company that gets the orders in, gets the products out, that type of thing. If I could recommend any basic skills, it's work on your social skills. No matter how many or how good you think you can do it or how well, make sure you can communicate with others. If you need to go take some classes, watch some YouTube videos. Communication is key in anything you're ever going to do. It is amazingly difficult to get another party or another department to understand what your needs are and be able to respond to their needs. I would say my favorite thing about the day-to-day is just the variety, though. I'm one of those people that at least tells myself that he would hate sitting in front of a computer all day. I do still have to do that, but out of my maybe 50-hour work week, that's probably about 10 to 15 hours of computer work. The rest of it's running around working on machines. We're actually sitting in the repair room right now, and I don't think we're in view, but in front of me are all the different pieces of equipment that have been to trade shows and need to go over, or have had shipping damage, fallen off the back of trucks, and need to be put back together. What motivates you to keep learning? That's an interesting question. What I primarily took away from college is the ability to absorb information quickly. So if I'm presented with some new task, for me, it's fairly simple to find things, and not in the sense that you're just doing a Google search, but being able to isolate out what it is you're looking for, what the specific characteristics are, and be able to quickly identify what those links are. I think the younger generation today probably has that built in just because you've been exposed to all this stuff for most of your lives. But what I hear all the time is that I'm doing research, and one of the things college will show you is what research really looks like, where you're having to dig through a 69-page white paper for 2 pieces of information that'll actually get you where you need to go. When I hit situations, and this has happened where I wasn't quite up to par on business level accounting or in the way some of our logistics departments need to operate, I have had to go through and talk to people. I have had to read through books and see what's going on. I have done what everybody does, which is the YouTube find a solution method, which I enjoy, and it's gotten me really far, but unfortunately YouTube is not a substitute for actual job experience. The more you put yourself out there, ask your boss what you can be doing for them instead of the other way around, the more opportunities you'll have to learn. And then what we look for on a management side is what people are taking those opportunities, learning new skills, and bringing them back to the company for us to grow bigger, help our customers, and ultimately make the world a better place. We primarily make printers, those printers make signage, but the volume of what people do with our machines is astounding, whether it's sign graphics, which seems pretty simple, somebody that decorates the sides of Delta aircraft, which to me is really fascinating. Our 3D printers send models out all over the world and are owned by some of the biggest companies in the United States, which we've actually worked with. It's been a really enjoyable career. If I had to point out anything on the learning side, it's really put yourself out there, ask for additional job responsibilities, stick with the basics. You do really kind of need to work hard to get ahead and be noticed. Try to be at work 5 minutes before it starts. Don't leave before work ends. Show up to meetings 5 minutes early. Make yourself available, make yourself useful, and you can pretty much pursue any career path you'd like to.
Hi, my name is Jessica, and I work in Human Resources and General Affairs at Mimaki USA. On staff, we have ages ranging from early 20s to mid-60s. Age isn't a factor when it comes to working here. Mimaki USA is based out of Yakino, Japan. Mimaki Engineering has offices globally, including North and South America, Australia, and Singapore. Describing Mimaki as a culturally diverse company fits us to a T. We have employees from all over the world working at our North American offices. Some originate from the US, Colombia, Cambodia, Japan, Italy, Canada, and Mexico, just to name a few. Experiencing each other's culture is an eye-opening experience that adds to the value of working at Mimaki. Despite being a male-dominated industry, women play an important role throughout the company, whether it's in administration, customer service, sales reps, marketing, and management. Having gender diversity at Mimaki allows us to look at situations from different viewpoints. There are no limits when it comes to opportunities for women in the workplace at Mimaki. It's nice to work at a company that has so many different types of people. Learning about people's backgrounds and ways of life makes working here a little more fun.
Hello, I'm Melvin Dotson. I'm the Print Solutions Specialist here at Mimaki USA Atlanta branch. I graduated from Fort Valley State University with a degree in graphic design. After I graduated, I went into the print production field, where I then started working under a fast-paced time management production field, doing graphic design, signage for well-known companies such as like Walmart, Target. And then from there, I started doing pre-press, where that utilized a lot of my graphic design abilities to create art for people who didn't know that not all art created on like programs like Adobe Illustrator are used for print production. So there's a little bit of differences between like the differences of say RGB versus CMYK. Then I was approached by Mimaki USA and I started working here, and I utilized all my graphic design knowledge from college as well as my history in print production field, and I utilized that to have customers who want to produce products but don't know how to. Using the Mimaki printers, we have a large portfolio of printers, whether it's textile and graphics or textile and apparel, graphic design for art and signage, and as well as IP products where it's like phone cases or basically your unusual products that you print to. And when customers come in, I kind of teach them on what products or what printer would best apply for the product that they want to do.
Hi, my name is Christina. I work in Mimaki's Marketing and Communications Department. We're the team that includes some of the application experts that you met today. We're also the team that organizes and supports a lot of the virtual events and webinars that we've been doing for the past few months. Traditionally, we get to participate in a lot of the large industry trade shows. We're the team that also manages Mimaki's social media, as well as our website and, for example, our email campaigns with Mimaki users, as well as potential new clients. We do a lot of the public relations work of Mimaki as well. So part of that, for example, is working very closely with our industry partners. For example, today one of our sponsors is the International Sign Association, ISA, and they're actually a great resource if you're looking for courses or insight into the industry. So we work very closely with these different partners in the print, sign and graphics, and all the different industries that we're located in. Both to increase our brand recognition, but also to be present and to be a part of the ongoing discussion going on in the industry. I personally joined Mimaki 2.5 years ago. I started working with our marketing team for the Latin America region. So we have a department that specializes for the Latin American region. And what we did in the marketing team there, we created new social media accounts that were focused on that region, that were in Spanish, and that had the objective of increasing our brand visibility in Latin America. What I like most about Mimaki is how international it is. I lived many years and worked many years in Southeast Asia before moving here to Georgia. I also worked with a French company previously, so now I really enjoy working with Mimaki, which is a large Japanese company with offices around the world. I have a chance on a daily basis to work with coworkers from different cultures who speak different languages and that have very diverse backgrounds, and that really makes for a very rich corporate culture. And since we're located across the American continent, I get to speak English and Spanish daily, as well as on some occasions a little bit of French, which has been really neat. The industry itself is also very international. We have partners across numerous regions and countries. So it's exciting to see and to discover how our printers are being used across North America and South America, to see what type of applications are popular in different regions, what are the printers that are doing better in different markets, and that satisfy different types of clients better, and to also work with associations, partners, media companies, magazines, different people around these different regions. Another thing that I really love about working with Mimaki is that Mimaki makes printers for a variety of industries. So, for example, we have sign and graphics printers, but we also have textile and fashion printers. We have printers that are for industrial products, as well as 3D printers. So you really get to discover a huge variety of industries when you join Mimaki. That means that in one day, I can go from, for example, promoting an amazing project that we do with a fashion house, to then contacting some of our media partners because we've launched new printers, to then meeting with the applications team because they might be wrapping a car, or they might be creating new wall graphics. So it never gets boring, and I'm just constantly learning about different industries and different segments that we're involved in. I guess I'll close by saying that if you want to learn more about Mimaki and all these different industries, get to know some of our team, learn about the applications that we're creating, participate in some of our webinars and events. Remember to just follow us on social media. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, as well as YouTube. Our handle is @MimakiUSA. So just find us there and stay up to date with us. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Jennifer. I am the warranty specialist that work in the warranty department. So basically, I am the customer service. Every time a machine goes down, something needs to be repaired, anything needs to be taken care of, I am the go-to person. So I want to explain why I love working here at Mimaki. I've been here for 5 years, and not a single day that goes by that I dislike coming to, because everybody here is social. I love the products here. I love our machine, what we can print on, and all the media, everything about Mimaki is great. Not only that we get to see these fascinating things that can print out from our machine, but we can also talk to our colleague and still enjoy the day-to-day things that we do and get our tasks done. So I would also like to mention that, after work, we do have a group, of colleagues coming together, playing soccer, just things outside of work that normally people don't get together with, but we do, because working here is like a family. We talk, we work, we get everything solved, and then, we even ask, how are you doing each day? So it's great. And also, I'm also event planner, so I like to plan things here at Mimaki. We have Secret Santa, then we have Halloween's, Thanksgiving. That is one of the best things to do with colleagues and with your bosses, because we get these holidays and we work 8 hours a day, and we come together and we enjoy it together. It's like a family here.